Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
The year 1922 witnessed the publication of a seminal work that continues to resonate within the social sciences, Marcel Mauss, The Gift Forms and Functions of Exchange in Archaic Societies. This exploration, a profound meditation on reciprocal exchange, emerged from a specific intellectual climate and exerted considerable influence on subsequent anthropological and sociological thought. To appreciate the depth of Mauss' contribution, one must first acknowledge the currents of thought that fed its genesis. Emile Durkheim, Mauss' uncle and mentor, stands as a towering figure. Durkheim's emphasis on social facts and the collective consciousness provided a crucial foundation for Mauss' analysis. Durkheim's work on the division of labour and forms of social solidarity, particularly his concepts of mechanical and organic solidarity, deeply informed Mauss' thinking about the binding forces within societies lacking centralized political structures. Furthermore, the broader intellectual ferment of the early 20th century, marked by growing interest in non-Western cultures and a critique of purely economic models of human behavior, played a significant role. Thinkers such as Bronislaw Malinowski, whose ethnographic studies of the Trobriand Islands revealed the complexities of color ring exchange, provided empirical data that Mauss could draw upon, even as he transcended purely descriptive accounts. The influence of classical scholarship, particularly accounts of potlatch ceremonies among indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest, gleaned through sources such as Franz Boas, contributed crucial ethnographic material. Mauss' central argument revolves around the concept of the total social fact, a phenomenon that simultaneously encompasses economic, legal, moral, religious and aesthetic dimensions. Gift exchange, as analysed by Mauss, exemplifies this totality. It is not simply a transfer of material goods. Instead, it constitutes a complex social performance imbued with symbolic meaning and reciprocal obligations. The act of giving, receiving and reciprocating creates and sustains social bonds, establishing hierarchies and regulating behaviour. The principle of reciprocity, central to Mauss' thesis, is not merely a matter of economic calculation, it is a deeply ingrained moral imperative. Mauss posits that gifts are never truly free, they always carry with them an obligation to reciprocate, a sentiment captured in the concept of how. A Maori term, represents the spiritual power residing within the gift that compels the recipient to return something of equal or greater value. This obligation to reciprocate forms the basis of social cohesion in many societies, preventing the accumulation of wealth and power in the hands of a few. Mauss identifies three fundamental obligations inherent in gift exchange: the obligation to give, the obligation to receive, and the obligation to reciprocate. These obligations are not merely contractual agreements, they are deeply embedded in social norms and values, enforced through social pressure and often supernatural sanctions. The specific techniques Mauss employs are those of comparative ethnology. He draws upon a wide range of ethnographic case studies, from Polynesian societies to ancient Rome, highlighting the commonalities and variations in systems of gift exchange. This comparative approach allows him to identify the underlying principles that govern these exchanges, transcending the specific cultural contexts in which they occur. Mauss' conceptual framework relies heavily on the concept of the total social fact, allowing him to analyze gift exchange as a multifaceted phenomenon that integrates various aspects of social life. He also utilizes the concept of prestation, referring to the overall act of giving, receiving, and reciprocating, emphasizing the dynamic and relational nature of the exchange. The notion of power comes into play. Subtly, Mauss demonstrates that within the framework of gift exchange, power is expressed not so much through direct coercion as through the manipulation of social obligations and the establishment of social hierarchies. The immediate impact of the gift was considerable. It provided a powerful alternative to purely economic interpretations of exchange, challenging the assumption that all human behaviour is driven by rational self-interest. Anthropologists and sociologists alike found Mauss' framework invaluable for understanding the complexities of social relations in non-Western societies. Early applications included analyses of kinship systems, religious rituals, and political alliances, all of which could be seen as forms of gift exchange. Bronislaw Malinowski, while initially critical of Mauss' interpretation of the killer ring, later acknowledged the significance of his work. Marcel, a French sociologist, utilized Mauss' framework in his studies of ancient Chinese society, demonstrating the prevalence of gift exchange in shaping social and political structures. Georges Bataille, a French philosopher and writer, drew heavily on Mauss' concept of the how in his own work on expenditure and the accursed share, arguing that the excessive and seemingly irrational forms of consumption evident in potlatch ceremonies represent a fundamental challenge to capitalist notions of value. Over time, the gift has been utilized, generalized, and built upon in numerous ways. Claude Lévi-Strauss, the founder of structural anthropology, saw in Mauss' work a confirmation of his own theories about the fundamental structures of the human mind. He argued that the principles of reciprocity and exchange are inherent in all human thought, structuring kinship systems, myths, and other cultural phenomena. Pierre Bourdieu, a French sociologist, employed Mauss' concept of the symbolic capital to analyze the ways in which social advantages are accumulated and transmitted. He argued that gift exchange is not simply a matter of altruism, it is also a strategic means of enhancing one's social standing. Jonathan Parry, an anthropologist, explored the complexities of gift exchange in modern India, demonstrating how traditional systems of reciprocity continue to operate in a globalized world. Annette Weiner expanded on Mauss' findings, particularly the role of inalienable possessions in reinforcing social identity. Contemporary reception of the gift is complex and multifaceted. While the work remains highly influential, it has also been subjected to considerable critique and revision. One common criticism concerns Mauss' tendency to romanticize archaic societies, portraying them as inherently more altruistic than modern capitalist societies. Critics have pointed out that gift exchange can also be a source of social inequality and exploitation, reinforcing existing power structures. Another criticism focuses on Mauss' reliance on outdated ethnographic data. Some of the case studies he draws upon are based on incomplete or inaccurate information, which raises questions about the validity of his generalizations. Furthermore, some scholars have challenged Mauss' claim that all gifts entail an obligation to reciprocate. They argue that in some cases, gifts are given freely and without any expectation of return. Marshall Sahlins, for example, argued that the concept of generalized reciprocity, characterized by altruistic giving without immediate expectation, also a significant feature of human societies. Numerous individuals and prior works demonstrably influenced the creation of the gift. As mentioned previously, Durkheim's sociological theories, Malinowski's ethnographic studies, and Bo's accounts of potlatch ceremonies all played a crucial role. In addition, the work of Bronislaw Kasper-Malinowski concerning Argonauts of the Western Pacific contributed to Mauss' understanding of elaborate exchange systems. Furthermore, the writings of Henry James, Sumner Main on ancient law and the evolution of legal systems provided a historical perspective on the development of contractual obligations. Beyond academic scholarship, the broader intellectual climate of the early 20th century, marked by a growing critique of capitalist values and a search for alternative forms of social organization, also influenced Mauss' thinking. The writings of socialist and anarchist thinkers, critical of market economies and advocating for communal forms of ownership, resonated with Mauss' concerns about the corrosive effects of capitalism on social solidarity. Conversely, the gift has profoundly influenced numerous individuals and subsequent works. Lévi-Strauss' structural anthropology, Bourdieu's theory of symbolic capital, and Bataille's concept of the accursed share all owe a debt to Mauss' insights. Furthermore, the gift has inspired a wide range of scholars working in fields such as anthropology, sociology, economics, political science, and even literary criticism. The work of Maurice Godelier concerning the Marxist approach to anthropology takes root in Mauss, as does the work of the French intellectual Jacques Derrida. Anthropologist Mary Douglas draws heavily from Mauss' work in analyzing social norms and behavior. The work's appeal resides in its capacity to challenge conventional assumptions about human behavior and to offer a more nuanced understanding of the complex social relationships that shape our lives. The enduring legacy of the gift lies in its ability to provoke ongoing debate and inspire new avenues of research. Despite its limitations and shortcomings, Mauss' work remains a vital source of inspiration for social scientists seeking to understand the dynamics of exchange, reciprocity, and social solidarity. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of anthropological inquiry to illuminate the fundamental principles that govern human societies. Its concepts provide a lens through which we can question the taken-for-granted assumptions of capitalist economies and explore alternative possibilities for creating more equitable and just societies. The work has seen several printings and translations, with countless citations across diverse academic disciplines. Its concepts have been applied to the study of politics, economics, literature, and other fields, demonstrating its remarkable adaptability. Even today, the gift remains an essential text for anyone seeking to understand the complexities of human social relations and the enduring significance of reciprocal exchange. It serves as a profound reminder that economic activity is always embedded within broader social and cultural contexts, and that the pursuit of individual self-interest is only one aspect of human motivation. The subtle irony exists that a work analyzing the inherent social nature of transactions became, in the academic sphere, something of a prized personal possession, an intellectual gift to claim. Its influence, then, persists, prompting further exploration of exchange's enduring impact on human society.
We really appreciate you tuning into this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.